It's pumpkin spice latte time of the year again, and I'm going to show you how to get that wonderful flavor into these bars. Okay, so the first thing we're doing is we're going to grease an 8x8 inch pan. I used butter. You can use vegetable spray, shortening, whatever you'd like to use. Turn the oven on to 350 degrees, and we're going to, I've got a pan out, medium saucepan, and we're going to start with 297 grams or 1.5 cups of sugar. We're going to add a half a cup of pumpkin puree or 114 grams, a quarter cup of vegetable oil or 50 grams, 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter or 57 grams, and we're going to add a half a teaspoon plus 1/8 of a teaspoon of table salt. Put that right in there with it. 2 1/4 teaspoons of pumpkin pie spice, and if you don't have any, I can put the recipe that I use to make this in the description at the bottom. And it's basically got cinnamon and cloves and allspice and ginger, and it's just yummy, and it makes all pumpkin things taste great. Turn your heat on to medium, and then we're going to stir this up, and we're just going to melt that butter and sugar and make sure it all is smooth. This smells so good. And this process should take 3 to 5 minutes. You just want the sugar totally melted, and I can feel it on the bottom with the spoon that it's not quite there yet. And that is perfect. So we'll turn that off. We're going to let that cool for about 10 to 15 minutes, stirring every once in a while, and then we're going to add the rest of the ingredients. Okay, so now this is cooled down enough. The reason we cooled that down is because the next ingredient is an egg, and we don't want to cook that egg. So I'm going to put an egg in here. And then we're going to put that right in our cooled mixture. Stir that in. And then we're going to add 1.5 cups of flour or 180 grams, half a teaspoon of baking powder or 2.4 grams. We're going to mix that up until you can't see the flour at all. Our pan here. Then we're going to take that, make sure it's evenly spread around. Then I'm just going to take it, make sure that's flat. And then we're going to put it in an oven for, I think it's about 32 minutes. I'm going to start off at about 25 just to make sure. And we will come back. Okay, so it's been 32 minutes. The recipe says 32 to 36. I'm gonna give this another try. See if this, okay, that comes out clean. So I am going to put this, doesn't that look lovely? So I'm gonna let this cool for about 15 minutes, and we're gonna take it out of the pan and let it cool completely, and then we're going to make a glaze.
Just loving this moment, can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment, can we stay here together? If I could stop the time, don't you know that I would, 'cause I'm just loving.
And we're going to make the glaze. I'm going to put this over a low heat and heat this next 3 ingredients up. 4 teaspoons of milk. I have whole milk here, which is 19.7 milliliters. We have about 1 gram of espresso powder at 3/4 of a teaspoon. Difficult to measure because it's so light, but it's just about 1 gram. And we have a pinch of table salt. We're going to just heat that up. You can also do this in the microwave 10 seconds at a time. What we're trying to do is get that espresso powder to dissolve. I choose to do it over the stove. And we have 3/4 of a cup or 86 grams of confectionery sugar. And we're going to pour this right over the top of that. And that's what it looks delicious. And we're going to put that over the top of this cake and spread this out. The cake is completely cooled. Okay, so I'm going to spread that right up to the edge. Sometimes I like the glaze to drip off, but this time I want it as much to stay on as possible. And then we just let that set up for a little bit. Oh my goodness, it tastes just like a pumpkin spice latte. You can taste the pumpkin and the spice in the bar part, and the glaze just adds the espresso taste. It is delicious. I hope you make these and I hope you enjoy them. Thank you.